Hello, everybody. I apologize. I'm a couple of minutes late today. How is everyone? I see a few people joining me. Hi, Denise. Hi, Christine. Let me know who else is here, where you're from, how your week is going. Yes, I was fiddling around with some of the settings and the microphone, and I suddenly looked up and it was 12:02, so I apologize. Hi, Carolyn from North Carolina. So it's good to see you all. Make sure I've got my comments scrolling up. Last time I was missing the comments because they weren't scrolling for some reason. Anyway, let's get right down to business. Hope you're all, thank you for joining me so much today. I hope you're having a great week and able to get some crafting in. My weeks, I'm off with my days this week because I was away for the weekend. Some of you may have seen pictures on my Facebook page. I was away, finally managed to get all my family together for a weekend away, which is amazing. And we actually stayed, we stayed in a small town called Windsor, which is just north of San Francisco. And some neighbors of ours that used to live just around the corner from us moved to that area a couple of years ago. So we stayed an extra night and had dinner with them Sunday evening, which was really nice. And then we came home Monday. It feels like only Tuesday for me today. So my week's a bit mixed up, but I'm glad to be with you all today. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. Oops, my focus just went funny. I wonder what happened. Oh, there we go. Well, that was weird, wasn't it? Did it go blurry for you for a minute? Hopefully that won't happen again. I did reboot. I've gotten the habit now of rebooting my internet every Wednesday morning before I do my Facebook Live. And since I've been doing that, I haven't had any of those streaming interruptions. So hopefully I've not jinxed it today, but that seems to really help. So anyway, we are going to be making a card with this beautiful suite that's called the Oh Holy Night suite, and I will tell you a bit more about that shortly. Let me show you the card that I'm going to make today, and then I have a few other new things to show you. So this is the card that I'm going to make today. It's really beautiful. This, I think, is my favorite suite in the catalogue, and it's what I don't know if it's an official term, but I call it a mega suite because it's got 2 stamp sets and 2 sets of dies, along with the usual designer series paper and embellishments and ribbon and that kind of thing. So I will show you some of the items shortly. So that's the card we're going to be making. So I hope you like that. So stick around. But before we get to that, let me show you some of the brand new exclusive items that are available. You may have seen some of these already being used. Christine says, I wondered what a Catty was. I assume it's a catalogue. Yes, a Catty is a catalogue. And we have a term, casing the Catty, or casing the catalogue, which means case, C-A-S-E, means copy and share everything. And basically in the Stamping Up world, it's fine to case somebody's project as long as you give them credit. So because sometimes we just are lacking inspiration. What happened this week for me was, like I said, I'm a bit behind this week. I'm also prepping for my team meeting, and I'm prepping for my class that's the weekend after next, and I'm also getting some stuff ready for another supply sale. So I'm really busy, And so I cheated a little bit today because I had some, this was one of the cards that we made in our holiday stamper stack. And I had some of the items still prepared, some extras. And so I thought, well, I will share that one with you today. But I think it's a lovely card, so I hope you like it. But anyway, back to the new products. So we have some new online exclusives available to customers. And these are items that are not in the catalogue, and they're not going to be in a catalogue, but they're just online only. So you can find them by going online and searching for what's new, or click on the online exclusives and you will see them all. So there are some items that I ordered a couple more yesterday. These are the ones that we've been able to pre-order for about a month, but there are some brand new ones, and I didn't order all of them. I was tempted, but I thought I wasn't being too crazy, but I did order a couple of them yesterday. So let's see what else. Thank you, Christine. She says the card is beautiful. And Denise says, Denise says, so Gillian, if I case one of your cards, how do I mention you? You can just say, if you put it on a Facebook page, you can just say, I case this from Gillian Rouge. And if you want another demonstrator, Gillian Rouge, if you want to tell them the name of my, you can say she's on Facebook as Gillian Stamps. But you could just mention my name, and people will be able to find me if they want to find me. You can say she has a YouTube channel or a Facebook page, but you don't have to do that. You can just mention my name. If you're friends with me, I think you can tag me, but I'm not sure if we're friends on Facebook or not. But thank you, Denise, for asking. But yeah, it's just kind of a courtesy thing to give somebody credit for a design that they created. So, it's just out of respect for the original designer. All right, so let me show you some of these products quickly. This is a new stamp and die bundle. That's my dies. And it's called Garden Meadow. And I forget what the whole suite was called. It might be called Garden Meadow, the whole suite. But it consists of the stamps and dies, and then some lovely paper, these embellishments, and some ribbon. So the dies... I love the die. I love this archway, how it's, oh gosh, we have another set of rectangles, and I forget, radiating dies they're called, this kind of radiating lines. I love these, and I love the gate. So I can't wait to try some of these out. So there are dies to match almost every image here. I don't think there's a die for these flowers, and I don't think there's a die for this little fork, or whatever you call that. Or the words, but there's dies for everything else, and then there's some additional dies like the arch, the little gate. This bigger one cuts out the stamped gate, but this one inside cuts out an actual gate. And then there's all these extra, the grasses, and this one's cool because it kind of cuts out like a little hilly kind of thing, and then it embosses these little, or cuts these little grassy things in there. And there's another one that cuts kind of like a slope. So lots of amazing things you can do with this stamp and die bundle. And then like I say, there's this pretty ribbon. It's nice and soft, so it should be easy to tie bows with. And then these embellishments. So there's swallows and dragonflies. I think they're swallows. They look like swallows to me. And then this pretty paper. I might have shown you this last week, I can't remember. But this is really beautiful, and it was actually designed and painted in pastels by one of Stampin' Up's designers, in-house designers. And it's just really stunning. It's kind of like watercolor, like Monet-ish or something. But you can just, I love papers like this for when you're kind of in a hurry to make cards, because or you're lacking inspiration, because you can just cut one of these down to go on your card front, and then add a sentiment and maybe some embellishments, and you could add some matte layers to give some more, depth and color, and you're kind of good to go. And you can use this arch. You could use the arch to cut out, you could have a solid colour card front, and then you could cut an arch and have part of this like a scene peeking through. So many things that you can do with this paper, and it's good for all seasons because it's got all lots of other different things. I mean, you could use that for almost anything. And then this one, a dark one. So you've got loads of options for with this paper. That's really pretty. That's kind of like a sky. So I'm hoping I'll have time. I'm kind of focusing on Christmas stuff at the moment, and I'm hoping I'm going to have time to play with this soon. And then the other one, the other new bundle is this one, which is so cute, Fluffiest Friends. So cute. So we've got lots of little critters. There's not a dog. I was kind of sad that there wasn't a dog, and I was trying to think how I could make one of these into a dog, but I'm not sure. I'll have to work on that. And then this, I think, is like maybe like a hamster or something. Bear, cat, otter. The otter's cute. He's holding a little heart made out of sticks, and the bunny and the chick. And then again, there are dies to match, and there's a die for almost everything except for the flowers, these little flowers, but there's dies for everything else. And then there's lots of extras in this one too. There's like a little beehive, and there's extra balloons, there's extra grass, and then this extra thing here, which you could also make into maybe like a beehive or something, or like an entrance into a tree where somebody lives or something. Let's see what else. Somebody asking another question. Hi Nidra. She says, love Fluffiest Friends. So adorable. Yes, I know it is. It's so cute. So these items are online only, and Stamping Up doesn't really tell us exactly how long they're going to be available. They're kind of while supplies last. Sometimes they will reorder them if they run out of stock, and sometimes they won't. So if you really love any of those that I just showed you, don't wait too long to purchase them, because they may not be here forever. Anyway, let's get back to what we're going to make today. So again, this is the suite, and I call it a mega suite because there are two. If I turn over the page, you can see there are two stamp sets and die sets. There's this one and there's this one, and there's beautiful papers and embellishments, ribbon, and I'll show you those up close. But I'm kind of making this card, but I changed the background and I put a matte layer around. I changed a couple of little things, but this is basically the card that I'm making today. So let's put the catalogue away, and I'll show you quickly. So there's Stars at Night. There's the Stars at Night bundle, and this is one of the bundles, and this actually has this is called a hybrid bundle because it has an embossing folder with it too. So you can actually use this so this die right here is 3 stars all joined together. This actually will cut out. You can put it inside and emboss, and let me show you here how I did it on this card. See how I did that? I embossed. I didn't cut them out. This one I just used the embossing folder, but you can actually emboss and cut out the stars at the same time, which is really cool. So that's that one, and that has mostly words and then some stars and lots of additional stars on this one. So I'm going to be using actually this die right here for the star. And I'm going to be using a couple of sentiment from here. I'm going to be using the Merry Christmas from here, and then these stars from here. And then the other bundle is this one. And this one is a rubber cling, and the other one is photopolymer. So this is the other one. Has beautiful sentiments in here. I used this one on another card a couple of months ago. Love the fonts, really beautiful. So I'm using Glory to God in the Highest on the card. And then here are the dies that match. So they don't actually match, but they complement this one, I should say. So you've got your stable and your nativity scene and little animals, the camel. So I'm going to be using several of these. All right, and then I'm also going to be using these nested dies, nested essentials, for the sentiment. These are amazing. So many uses for these, and so many dies, so many sizes and shapes. So if you don't have these, I'd highly recommend you add these to your collection. Okay, so let's grab everything. I think we'll do the stamping first and get that done. I've got all my pieces here. So, and then I'll talk about all the other pieces. So let's get the stamping done first. I'm going to pull out what I need, put the rest to one side. So this is going to be for the sentiment for the front. Let me set the card here so you can kind of see it. So I'm going to do the sentiment on here. So let me get my sentiment, and then I need my Versamark. Let's see, Versamark, and we'll do the embossed parts first because I've got some embossing inside too. And actually, let me grab this so I don't get any embossing on my silicone mat here. Okay, so let's do the front sentiment first. Grab my embossing buddy. I didn't get. So we're just to reduce the static. So we'll do this. And I've just got, this is very vanilla, but you could do white if you like. I kind of liked the very vanilla on here. So let's grab my gold embossing powder. So I've got all the die cutting done, so this actually should go together fairly quickly, she says. Famous last words, right? So that's that. And then we'll heat everything all together. And then on this one, I'm just going to grab my stars. So I'm using the two different stamp sets here. This one is from the Night Divine, and then this one is from the Stars at Night. It's hard to keep track of them. And I'm just going to, let's see, how did I do? Okay, so I'm just going to do this off the top. Oh, I didn't do my embossing buddy here. Let's do this. I'm just going to do them so they go a little bit off the edge. Try and get that star somewhat straight. I'm going to flip it around so it doesn't look exactly the same. Do one down here. Just adds a little bit extra. And get my embossing powder. Mix that one. Couple of little stray pieces. Oops, spilled some embossing powder, never mind. Okay, got that away, my Versamark away. Okay, let me grab my heat gun, and I will just heat this quickly. I'm just going to warm it up for a couple of seconds. Hopefully it won't be too loud. All right, let's see. This piece. All right, hope you can see that a little bit on the camera, how pretty that is. The stars. All right, so I just need to do the other sentiment in the middle, which is going to be Merry Christmas. You can see my photopolymer stamps are really stained, but it doesn't matter at all. They work just the same. I know some people it bothers them, but as long as you clean them, they're going to be absolutely fine. And in fact, I've been told that it's a sign of a high quality photopolymer stamp if it does stain. So I don't know whether that's true or not, but it does not matter. So I'm going to stand up here, I think. See if I can get this straight. That's a little off, but that's all right. I should have done my sentiment first, shouldn't I? And that way I could have flipped over my page if I didn't get it straight. I'm not very good at getting things straight unless I'm standing right up and looking over the top, which is hard to do when I'm on camera. So, all right, I've got a little bit of, let's grab my, this is a little trick. I've got like a lint roller. I can see if it picks up my, yeah, I've got most of it. Oops, oh dear, sorry about that. Went a bit crazy. I banged my camera stand. Okay, let's get all the other pieces going here. So let's stick my pieces. So I will put all the dimensions in the description, but I've got a piece of Night of Navy, a matte layer for the inside. So I will add that. Grab my Stampin' seal. So this is Night of Navy. Again, my card base is very vanilla, and that is 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. So just a standard card base. And then we'll add this. So that's the inside done. Get this centered. So this is like 1/8 of an inch smaller than the Night of Navy layer, so that we just have that nice thin layer around the edge. So that's pretty. All right, and then on the front, now the designer series paper, let me show you that a little bit more. This is my 6x6 paper share. So it comes as a 12 by 12 paper, and it's really stunning. This one is like a big scene, but you can cut it down into smaller pieces to put on a card front. But the top half is just sky, and this is just kind of like a sandy desert, which is the whole scene. And then this is the piece that I used here. This is another scene that takes up the whole sheet, and again, the top, if you use just the top half, that would just be like a really dark, beautiful night sky. And then this is the other one. So show you, I have this one here also. So this one uses this paper, but this one uses this paper. You can see, you know, the difference a little bit. So I have a piece of that cut already. So those both work really well. You could also use this one. So you've got plenty of options for the card, and then this is the backs of all the designs. So really beautiful paper, and then there's another specialty paper that coordinates with this designer series paper, and this is called Shining Brightly. So that paper, this one is called Oh Holy Night, and this one is a specialty paper, and this is called Shining Brightly. Or Shining Brightly, and you just get, it's 12 by 12 paper also, and I think you get like one of each sheet. There's 6 different colors, so basically you get 3 designs, and they each come in Night of Navy and very vanilla. So this one's the same as this one, and then these 2 are the same, and then these 2 are the same. So really beautiful, and you can just use this as an accent paper on your cards. So that one's called Shiny Brightly. This one's been out of stock, kind of in and out of stock, but I think it's back now. All right, so this is my piece. This piece is 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to stick this on the front. That's pretty on the back, isn't it? this on. And then we have to do a little bit of surgery on some of our pieces. Or I have to do surgery on some of my pieces. Right, so that's that. And I'm going to do this in a minute. That has to be die cut. All right, so here's all my pieces. So here's the stable. This is it, cut out of grey granite. Here's my star. This is cut from gold foil. And this is one of the dies that I just showed you. And then I've got the nativity scene here, and I've got it twice because I need to layer it. And then I've got an extra couple of sheep that I'm going to attach. So those are all my pieces. So my stable, I'm going to cut down a little bit. I didn't like it this tall. I liked it lower, like in the sample in the catalogue. So I'm going to cut about an inch off the bottom. So just kind of eyeball it. And then what I'll do is I'll use this piece to measure over here. That way I can get the same amount cut off. So I can just cut this at the same. That way it'll be the same. And then I'm going to hang on to these pieces for now. I'll just put them to one side. Okay, so what I thought I might try, I don't know, I thought I might try doing them the other way round, with these guys darker and Mary and Joseph and the baby lighter. What do you think? I thought that might, I don't know, I thought it, because here it seems almost like these pop a little bit more, and this is supposed to be the focal point, so I thought I might try it the other way around. So let's give that a try and see which we like best. So I need the whole one of this one then, and there's this little tiny piece, I don't know if you can see that little tiny piece. I had trouble, it didn't want to come out when I die cut, so I just need to do a little bit of surgery on that with my snips and just cut it out. But I've got to be careful not to cut through his staff, is that what you call it? This is the shepherd, yeah, through the shepherd's, I think it's a staff. So I'm just going to cut that out carefully. There we go. So that's good. Let's put that up there so that you can see. And maybe I can zoom in just a touch. There we go. And then, so for this, so we'll put this in the background, and we'll make Mary Joseph and the baby in the forefront, and we'll see which one looks best. So I'm just going to trim. I'm just going to kind of follow the line of Mary's robe there and just kind of cut that off. And then I'll do the same with Joseph. Just kind of continue on. And that can go there like that. And then I need to, I've got my little sheep. This little sheep here, it's upside down now. I'm going to cut and stick over there. So I'll just cut some off. A little bit of surgery here. And I don't need these pieces. And there is like a little tiny, see if I can poke it out, there's like a tiny, I don't think you can even see it, there's a tiny little piece to poke out there. I don't know if that's going to want to poke out or not. There we go. So this is a little fiddly, but what I did when I cut everything out for our holiday card stamper stack, I made some extras. And I purposely made extras because I knew I wanted this to be one of my Christmas cards that I was going to send out from me personally. And then it was actually quite relaxing once I had everything die cut and stamped and embossed, just to piece it all together. And there's not very much stamping. So once all the die cutting's done, if you can get that done ahead, it's actually quite nice. I just sit down at my table and watch television and put them together. All right, so I've got some glue in a fine tip. I probably don't need that for this actually. I'll just use my regular glue because it's a bit faster. Just a little bit of liquid glue. I'll put on the back here. In fact, maybe I'll just put it on here. Be a bit easier. This is very strong, so you only need a little bit. And we'll put a little bit on this. And we'll just line this up. So I quite enjoy doing fiddly stuff like this. If it's all, once it's all prepared. So you can do the die cutting during the day when you've got more energy. And then at night you can just sit and, in the evening, just sit and do this part. And all these you can do on the mini, I'm not sure about the stable, but all these pieces you can do on your mini machine. So you could even sit and do that. Watching TV. All right, so that's that part. Okay, so let's attach the stable here. So I'm going to do it just a little bit up from the bottom. And again, just narrow, kind of thin beads of glue, not too much. I don't want it to spill out and make a big mess on my card. So just little narrow beads. Kind of center that, just a little bit up from the bottom. If you didn't have the designer series paper, you could just use a blue background. One of our blues, like boho blue maybe, would be really pretty. Actually, this is boho blue, so you might want to, this is boho blue, so you might want to pick a different blue, but, or you could sponge a background. Okay, so I'm going to take these little pieces that I cut off, and I need the little kind of horizontal base part. So there's 1 and 2. I cut that one crooked. I don't know what I did there. And I'll just put a little bit more glue here. A little bit more glue here, and I'll stick those on. That one like that. This one over here. Oop. All right, then I can take this. So we're almost done actually. Once, like I say, once everything's die cut and the stamping is done, it's fairly quick to assemble. And then this just is going to sit in here, kind of level with the bottom. And then we've got to put this little lamb over here. So I could have done this ahead, but for some reason this seems to be easier to do once this is on, so I can make sure he's like standing up straight and in the right place. Okay, so we're almost done. Just got the star, and let me die cut this quickly. Let me grab the my baby boss. Let's zoom back out here. Oops. Okay. I need to grab this die. So I'm going to use, it's the second to largest, I think. Yeah, it's the second to largest of the banners shape. So let's see, where's my plates? Oh, here they are. So I think I'm going to use a little bit of washi tape because this like just fits. Let me show you. It just fits in here. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to use, and I just, the washi tape, I just kind of brushed it against, held it against my pants. So I got a little bit of the sticky off it because it is quite sticky. I don't want to tear my paper. So I'm just going to line this up. And then let's do it down here where there's not too much embossing. Put that on there. And this through. Zoom back in again now. There we go. And hopefully this doesn't want to come out. There we go. That's perfect. Okay, then we will just, so I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back here. And then on the back of the star, I'm going to put some little ones. Let's see if I can find some, yeah, here's some minis. I don't use the mini ones that much. Actually, yeah, I'll put one. So I'm just going to put, so on one side, oops, I'm going to not, if you can see the dimensionals showing up very much, but I'm not going to put any, like, where it overlaps on the, so I'm only going to put on 3 sides. That makes sense. So these off. This is going to go right here, about like that. And then our star. So this side here, I don't have any dimensionals because it's going to overlap just a little bit. So then you can just position this, and I've got the point kind of poking in right here, just under the 2, and then this kind of hyphen thing, because I want it overlapping a bit, but I don't want it to overlap any of the letters. So I've just got that about there. And that goes perfectly. Sorry about my husband having my husband's having a coughing fit in the background. I don't know if you can hear him. Dear, poor Jim. All right, and then the only thing left to do is add some embellishments. So I've got these. These are called adhesive back star trinkets, and over the last few days they've kind of been back in and out of stock, and I saw that they were low inventory yesterday, but they're out of stock again, unfortunately, but I'm sure they'll be back. So there's enough going on the card that you hardly need them, but I just thought I would add a couple more. But you could get all your cards made and then order them when they come in stock and then kind of add them. I think I'm just going to use my fingers here actually because they're big. So I'm going to put one right here. And then a little one. There's 2 sizes. There's a little one and a big one. So what do you think? Do you like, for that one, do you like the, do you like Mary and Joseph in the light blue or the dark blue? What do you think? Which one stands out most, do you think? I don't know. Let me know. So I have made, let's see, these are all leftover pieces here that I don't need. I have a few of them that I've made, and I have a few more to make. Here's my stack that I've already made. So I've made about 6 of them, and then I've got a couple more here. So I've got a few. So I've been trying to make a few every day or every couple of days because I send out quite a lot. So yeah, let me know which one you like best. They're very similar. And then we've got the inside, a Merry Christmas. This one I actually used a Merry Christmas from a different stamp set that was from last year, but I wanted to kind of keep to the same suite this time, so I used this Merry Christmas. Nedra says she likes the light blue. Yeah, I'm not sure. And I know technically speaking, I heard someone else say this, that the wise man, so this is a shepherd and this is a wise man, and technically, I guess the wise man didn't come till like, was it a year later or something? So it shouldn't even be there. But anyway, we can use some artistic license, right? Christine says she likes the light blue best too. Yeah, I think maybe it stands out a bit more. But this one is more like they're kind of silhouetted. So I think both are nice. I think both are just fine. So anyway, I hope you liked the card today. Next week, be sure to join me next week. I have a really fun project. So this coming Saturday, my local team are all coming over for a watch party for our on stage, which is like our annual conference for all demonstrators. But it's a virtual event this year. It's going to be online. So about 8 or 9 of my team are coming over on Saturday, and we're having a watch party and we're having lunch, and it's going to be lots of fun. And I've made them all a little gift. I probably shouldn't even say that, should I? But anyway, they'll be excited to come. But I can't, I really, really want to show it to you today, but I can't. But I'll show it to you next week because they'll have already got theirs. But it's cute, so be sure to come back and see what I made them. All right, well, thank you everyone so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of the day and week. If you'd like to order any of the products that I showed you today, there's my host code, my website and my host code. And I forgot to mention, but everyone, a lot of our embellishments have been selling out and then going out of stock and coming back in stock. But I am giving away to everyone that places a $50 order this month a Wink of Stella brush, because I think these at Christmas, they're perfect for all your cards. I mean, we could have done Wink of Stella on these or just a sheep or something, but they're so much fun to use on cards. So everyone placing a $50 order using my host code will get a Wink of Stella from me as a gift this month. So anyway, have a great week, everyone, and thanks again for hanging out with me today. I'll see you all next week. Bye for now.